Well, there was a building in Indianapolis that was getting constant complaints about the audio, and it was written up, the sound for concerts, and it was written up in the newspaper and all this other stuff. And so I went down there and looked at it and listened to a couple of things and went to a couple of concerts. And sure enough, the whole room loaded up with all these bass frequencies. And so I went to the guy, who was a really sweetheart guy, and said, look, I can fix it. It's going to cost you a whole lot more for me to fix it than it is for then it's going to cost you to actually fix it. It's going to cost you more for me. I'm going to be the most expensive part of the project, and you don't have to pay me if it doesn't work, because it's so crazy. I don't think you can possibly believe how simple it is. Well, I figured out what was happening. They were pushing the bleachers up against the back when they had a concert, and like some kind of rock concert, and the energy was going through the slots in the seats and bouncing off the concrete wall behind it, coming back out. So I was able to put some material up on the back of the bleachers and stop it. Well, the first concert was Paul McCartney and Wings. And so they wouldn't let anybody in. Of course, it was real serious. It was dead dark. I couldn't see a soul. There was no lights on stage. This band came out and they played this, like, just funky kind of rhythm thing. And I was way up in the top of the stadium. I'm the only person in there except for security. It sounded incredible. And I screamed out, wow, that's unbelievable. And I started cheering and applauding. McCartney leans in the microphone and goes, I love an audience of one. It was really quite funny. I never talked to him. I never said a word. I've heard he's a really wonderful person, but it was such a shock at how good the concert was. And that night it was really unbelievable. And the papers went on and on about the magic that happened.